Hi, I'm James Ward, a platform evangelist at Salesforce. I want to walk you through how you can add continuous integration into your continuous delivery pipeline using GitHub and Heroku and Travis CI. So I'm going to start with a simple Python Flask web application. And let me show you the application here. So here's web.py, and you'll see I have just a very simple Flask app that when a user goes to /, it returns hello world. Then, because I'm going to be doing continuous integration, I also need some tests. This is my test.py, and you'll see that I'm making a request to / and making sure that hello world is in the data that's returned. So that's my simple unit test. So this test should be passing currently. It all looks good, and I've tested that all locally. But let's walk through setting up a app on Heroku, deploying that app on Heroku, and making sure that the CI test pass before it does a deployment. So let's create a new app on Heroku, and just hit Create App. So I'm starting from scratch, and then I can set up deployment from GitHub. Here I'm going to search for that Flask app here, and you'll see there's that Hello Flask one. We'll connect that up. Now in the settings, I can say which branch I want to auto deploy, and then there's a checkbox here that says wait for CI to pass before deploy, and then we'll enable automatic deploys. So for all of this to work, I need a CI system. I'm going to use Travis CI, which is a great cloud-based CI, and to set this up, I just need to go add in that repo into my list of Travis projects to build. So let's go search for that Hello Flask project, and let's turn that on. Okay, so now that that's up and running, let's go back to the main page on Travis and refresh this here. So there we go. We see that there's my Hello Flask app, and you'll see that because I've done this before, there's some builds there, but the build the continuous integration is all passing currently, so that's all great. You can see it's running the test and getting okay. So now that we've got CI all hooked up and we've got an app that's set up to auto deploy the changes after the CI passes, let's go make a change and see if this all works. So what I'm going to do is just come in through GitHub and edit this web.py. And instead of returning hello world, let's return hello foo. And I'm going to just commit this directly. Normally you'd use a better flow with pull requests and review apps on Heroku. But I'll make this change, and what that will do is now kick off the CI. So if we go in to the CI system, we'll see that a new build has been created where I updated PY. You'll see that it's also kicked off a new one for where the repo is at when I first turned on the CI system. But this build number 5, this is the one that we're interested in here. And so it's going to take a minute to run that. But what's going to happen on Heroku is that Heroku is not going to deploy this until the Travis CI system has passed the test. So it's built and passed the test. So Travis sometimes takes a little while to run. So I'm going to fast forward through this and come back in a second once the Travis CI is all done. Alright, so Travis has run the CI build and tests on this project, and we can see that sure enough the test failed because the test was looking for hello world, but it returned hello foo. So Heroku should not have deployed this application. If we go to the activity tab here on this Heroku app and just reload it to make sure, we shouldn't see any deployments. So that looks great. So now we do want to get this thing to actually deploy. So let's go now fix our test and then commit a change with that fix. So come in here in GitHub. Let's just edit this one and change this to hello foo. And then again, I'm just going to commit this directly. Normally you'd use pull request to do that. Okay, so now that I've made that change, then this time the test should pass. So what we're going to do is we're going to see in our build history here that a new build number 6 has been created. And so now this one should pass, and once that passes, then Heroku should deploy this change out, and then we'll be able to see that up and running on Heroku. So again, I'll come back to you in just a second once this is finished running on Travis. Okay, now that Travis has finished running the tests, we can look down and see that sure enough, the tests have now passed. And so that's great. Now if we look over at Heroku, we can see that Heroku is going to see that the application tests have passed, and so now it's going to do a deployment out to Heroku. So we can see there's a build in progress. It's building the application, and we can go check out the progress and see that there it goes. It looks like the build is just about done. So we can now open the app up and check it out and see that sure enough, there's the hello food that we expected. Great, so that was the end-to-end continuous integration auto deployment with GitHub, Travis CI, and Heroku. Thanks for watching.